Here we are, 2 p.m. on Sunday, August 30th. Sunday, August 30th. Here we are. I'm gonna just, let's see here. I'd like to see everyone that's hopping on here. There we go. Beautiful. Now, excellent. See people hopping on here. I'm live on my Instagram as well as on the Rythmia Facebook page. So good to see you guys all out there. Hello, Fiona Mayo. Griette's joining in. So I'm here live on both Facebook and Instagram right now for my regular Sunday afternoon Rythmia Facebook Live. And I'm just going to actually, I don't know how the audio is here. I think it's okay. I can't hear it. Babe, can you check to see if my audio is working okay? I don't have any other devices handy to check that out. But normally I come to you guys live from the kitchen on Sundays, and I am mixing things up this afternoon, and over the course of the next few weeks I will be talking about a variety of things. And today I just decided to speak briefly about something that has come up for me a lot lately, and it is the power of words. And I'm going to get to that shortly. I just want to see who else is hopping on here. If you are live with me here on Facebook, shoot me a message in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love to hear from you. I'm going to actually call you. I do have my iPad here. I'm going to open you guys up on my iPad so I can see what's going on. I can see audio is perfect, says Fiona, and she's watching over on the Instagram. And Levi said audio is good. I'm going to open this up on my iPad so I can see the comments, because for some reason it's not coming up for me here. Facebook has changed its interface, and I was having a lot of trouble figuring it out this afternoon, but I think we've got it good to go. So, a couple of things I want to talk about. First and foremost, if you are not familiar with Rythmia, who we are and what it is that we do, we are a life advancement center in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, where you can awaken to miracles. And I've been part of the team there since, I've got a question already on Instagram there. One moment and I will get to you about that. But I've been part of the Rythmia team since 2016. So over 4 years now, which it's crazy how fast time flies, isn't it? And it's been such a gift and a blessing to be there and be a part of everything that's going on there. Let's see. All right, perfect. Now I can see you guys on Instagram or on my iPad. So please let me know who's watching and where you're watching from. Melissa says hello. I'm seeing Chad says it looks like an instructional day. Yes, an instructional day. No, just a little bit of my musings here today. Gerda saying hi from Austria. Melissa Leithford's watching from Toronto. Sabrina's watching from the Seattle area. Sherry's watching from Nacogdoches, Texas. I think I've tried to say that several times here and mispronounced it. Let me know if I got it right that time. Tina's watching from Connecticut. Arlette says hi from Mexico. Michaela's watching from Georgia. Poppy's watching from Santa Cruz. I'm guessing that's California. Whoops. Magdalena's watching from Italy. My mother is watching from Ontario, Canada. Donna Clouston, hey girlfriend, she's watching. Jonathan's watching. Cheryl saying hello from New Jersey, USA. Brian is watching. Jen Brown is, oh yeah, commenting on my earrings. Chad saying, hey, Chad and Michaela, people talking amongst themselves. Super cool. Yeah, so I'll show you these earrings. Pretty amazing stuff, right? Little unicorns. So my dear friend here and nanny friend who takes care of our daughter made me these unicorn earrings, and they're my absolute fave. And my little daughter's sleeping one room over right now, and someone has already asked me a question asking if my daughter follows a vegan diet. No, 100% no. She actually doesn't really like vegetables at all right now, and she loves beef and chicken, so she is the furthest thing from a vegan. She is not eating much lactose. She does not drink any cow's milk dairy. Right now the only milk that she gets is goat milk from a local farm. Just because she's had some digestive issues. So I think there might be a lactose intolerance there, but we're just doing some elimination right now and figuring that out. Dave is watching from Port Dover, Ontario. We've got Caleb watching from Southeast Texas. Sherry's sending me unicorn love. Yeah, unicorn love. I can't get enough. These make me feel better on days where I don't feel so good. And I'm not feeling the best right now. I'm having a bit of a hard go. This quarantine time has gotten the best of me, I think. And I've caught myself speaking to myself, both out loud and just, well, speaking not to myself out loud, but speaking to other people out loud, and speaking to myself in my head, in my soul voice, in ways that aren't serving. So that's what I thought I would talk to you guys about today, is just the power of our words, as per the description on this video. Because, you know, I teach instructional classes at Rythmia, as someone mentioned earlier. It looks like I'm doing instructional classes today. I do teach a lot of the workshops at Rythmia, and one of the workshops that I teach every single week when Rythmia is open, and I didn't get into the details, we are a life advancement center where we do workshops and yoga and breath work and colon cleanses and you know, delicious farm to table food and plant medicine ceremonies and just a lot of really beautiful holistic ways to improve yourself in your life and connect you back with your soul, because most of us at some point, typically in the first sometime in the first 5 years, we separate from our spirit, our soul essence, our connected version of ourself that knows that it is complete and whole and worthy and is one with spirit, God, essence, or, you know, God, whatever you want to call it. Typically we split at some point in the first, you know, usually around in the first 5 years. Some people split in the womb, some people it's a little bit later on in life. But the idea of all the things that we offer at Rythmia is to bring you back to that connected state so that you continue living your life in this human form in an absolutely love-filled way. Everything is more full of ease. Life is more abundant, and it's just much less stress, because a lot of us are, you know, up until we get back to this merged state, we're living in a very fearful world where everything seems hard, and it doesn't have to be that way. All of those synchronicities that we sometimes see, you know, like 1111, and all of those number synchronicities, or, you know, the coincidence of thinking about someone and they calling you, and we think, oh, that's so weird. Well, that stuff's not supposed to be weird. That's supposed to be what normal existence is about. We just go so far separated from it that it seems out of the ordinary, when really that is how things should be normal. Griette is watching from hello from La Senda. La Senda is an amazing place here in Costa Rica, not too far from where I live, where they have an amazing, amazing piece of land with, I'm losing the word right now. It's a maze of cactuses that you walk through. It is a labyrinth, and it is incredible, and they offer a lot of amazing things there. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So that's what we do at Rythmia, and I teach some of the yoga. I'm in charge of the food. I'm the director of the food and beverage department, and I help Jerry, the owner, with a lot of aspects of the business, and I also teach some workshops. And one of the workshops that I teach every single week is our closing circle, which takes place every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And one of the very first things that I say in that class is, I recommend to people, because, like, we get 80 people normally on a regular week through the doors at Rythmia. They arrive one weekend, they spend 7 days with us, then they leave. And by the time they're leaving, like 95% of the people are feeling this merged new version of themselves has emerged over the course of the week. So that closing circle, and during that closing circle class, what I'm doing is just giving some information and advice on how to stay connected as our guests transition home to their new real life. And one of the very first things I say in the class is to just, you know, ask that the people really, that our guests really think about how they're going to speak to themselves for the next 21 days, for the next, you know, 21 months, for the next 21 years. Because our soul, spirit, essence, that little boy or girl inside of us that typically is what needs to be healed in order to be back to this merged state, it's always listening. And we really want to speak to them, those parts of ourselves, in a really loving and kind way, because our words are super powerful. There's a fellow named Gary Chapman. He wrote a book called Love as a Way of Life. Oh my goodness, so many people hopping on here. Hey guys, everyone that's just hopping on, let me know where you're watching from. We got Ramadeep watching from Yuba City, California. Michael is watching from Ireland. Hello, friend. So good to see you. So what I was saying was, Gary Chapman wrote this book called Love as a Way of Life. And one little bit that sticks out in that book is the idea of, he has this metaphor that words can be used as either bullets or seeds. And that meaning that if you're, words are used as bullets when you are saying something to someone or to yourself with the feeling of superiority or condemnation. So those words become bullets. And that relationship, whether it's you're saying these words to someone else or to yourself, it's really hard to come back to a place of love once you speak words, when using words as bullets. Whereas when you're using your words as seeds, so in a loving way, in an understanding way, with supportiveness, then that's very life-affirming to that relationship, whether it's with a loved one, a friend, a family member, or with yourself. So I really like that metaphor and have been thinking a lot about the words that I've been using with myself and the words that I've been using with my partner, and just people that I interact with on a regular basis. We can even harken back to that old, that super old Bible verse, that book from a few years ago. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I might have just butchered that. But just the power in word, we're comparing that to God. And you can think about, the words like or oosh. Jerry talks a lot about oosh being the first sound in the Colombian ayahuasca tradition, and it is the sound of creation. Or which is that primordial sound, the essence of consciousness, the sound or the word that lies at the root of all created things in this world. So words are super, super powerful. So how we speak to ourselves and how we speak to our loved ones is really what can help form how we feel in our life, what our life creates around us. Rosella's watching from Villarreal, Costa Rica. Becky's watching from Alberta, Canada. Hannah's watching from Atlanta. Stacy's watching from Colorado. I don't know why I said that with an accent. So words are super powerful. And there are a couple words that I've been trying to eliminate completely from my vocabulary because they do not serve. And I wanted to share those with you guys today real quick. So those words are, the first and foremost, because this has really been coming up a lot for me lately, is the word busy. Because it's a word that we have likened to worth and success. So much in the world these days, and you know how it goes. You run into someone, they say, "Hey, how you doing?" And instead of actually thinking about how you're actually doing, a lot of us, our quick response is like, "Oh, busy, I'm good, busy, I'm busy." How are you doing? "Oh yeah, busy too. And we've given it this idea that if we're not busy, like if I were to say, "Oh, I'm not doing much," then all of a sudden I'm not worthy anymore. Being busy is like a badge of honor these days. So I'm trying to eliminate that as of today from my communication, because I realize that I have been using my busyness as my way of connecting to my worth, my way of distancing myself from intimacy in my life. And I really want to eliminate that word and that whole idea. So busy. Find different ways to talk about yourself. How are you today? Well, my heart is feeling really abundant because I have my health and my family, but I'm feeling a little bit sad because I don't have as much time as I would like to spend with them because I've got so much going on with work, with house renovations, with, I've just been feeling stressful. Like, you can actually communicate and get more out of your relationships and more out of your conversations when you're not substituting in these stupid words like busy that don't really mean anything. Or they mean so much and they have so much power, like using busy as, the word busy to equate to my worth. If I'm not busy, I'm not worthy. Like, that is huge. It has major power. So we want to eliminate that. The other two things that I think that would be really great if we could all eliminate it from our language is, thunder, is regret. I regret, or I wish I hadn't, or, that whole idea of just, I failed, or I had this failure in my life. Because nothing in life is a failure. It's all a learning experience. It's all part of our evolution. I've, in myself, in the last couple of months, have created a lot of things in my life that have, in hopes that they were going to bring me all of the things that I was desiring: connection, abundance, worthiness. And in fact, they have not. But I'm not going to look back at this time and say, hey, I regret it. I'm going to say, wow, what a learning experience for me. I have gotten to a point where I'm feeling very raw, and I feel that this is going to be a great time for me to up level and use the things that I've learned to better myself, better my connection to myself, my connection to spirit, conscious source energy, and the manifestation, the realm of manifestation. You get to choose how we look at things that we may have, we may used to say that we regret. So get rid of the words "I regret," "it was a failure," "I wish I hadn't," and just say, hey, it's a learning experience. I'm evolving from it. This thing that I did, this thing that I did, there is no try, you did it. Whether or not it was successful or not, you did it. And it was successful because it brought you to where you are today, and you've learned something from it. So I have a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about too. Hey, have you guys read this book, by the way? Shit the Moon Said. This is a book written by Jerry. It's available on Amazon. It's a lot about his experience with plant medicine and a lot of the information about how Rythmia came to be and some of the backstory. So this is a really, really great book, Shit the Moon Said. So the reason I would be really thinking a lot about this lately is because I was going through a bunch of my old journals. So this is a journal that I've had, Do Not Apologize, Sat Nam, Truth Is My Name. This is a journal from when I was doing a lot of courses and trainings back in 2016, 2017. And I had this list of language of decrease and language of increase. And I wanted to just touch on a couple of these that I had written down back then. So the language, words that decrease, or soft language. For example, asking and saying, help, I need help. When instead we could say things like, I would like assistance, because it's much more empowering to request assistance versus help, because that means that someone is going to come and assist you so that you can complete whatever it is you're trying to do yourself, because that's, we all need to be really, really empowered. I would, instead of, hey, give me some help getting out of this chair, can you assist me as I get out of this chair? Because I'm doing it, and I'm doing it with your help. The idea of trying, you could substitute the word try for doing or being. Instead of I'm trying to be more present, I'm being more present with my child. I'm being more present with my child. If your heart is there and that's what you're doing, there is no try. I can't, I already talked about that. So instead of saying I can't do this, you can say, how can I do this? Or let me see how I can make this happen, saying things like, I don't know how, and substituting in things like, let's find out, or I trust that I will figure this out, or let's explore how to get this done. Things like saying, oh, and then this is another big one that I had, I think is decrease, versus saying things like, I feel, I know, I do, or I believe, instead of I think. Because it's much more in the I am presence way of thinking when we say, instead of saying I think, you say I do, I am, I'm being these things. I'm not thinking them, I'm actually embodying them. Because that's what a lot of this work with words and affirmations and manifestation is. We want to actually, we can think till the cows come home, but it's taking massive action. It's taking first steps towards something. It is not just believing and thinking that we are living a certain way. It is actually embodying that and having that energy so that things will actually begin to manifest. So that is all I want to talk to you guys about today. Think about how you're using your words. Are you using them as bullets? Are you using them as seeds? Are you limiting your own growth and evolution by using, certain words instead of, the more using certain decreasive words as opposed to increasive? Are those words decreasive and increasive? And just be really, really aware of how you're speaking to yourself and to your loved ones as you move forward in the coming week and coming days and coming months, because words are super powerful, especially right now when everyone is feeling a little bit tender with what's going on in the world. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys here today. If you guys have any questions or would like to connect, always, message me here in the comments. Send me a message in my inbox, either here on Facebook or on Instagram, and I will get back to you. And I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend. Here, same time, same channel. Happy Sunday. Ciao.